Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Iceman Guru, aka Dr. J, back at you with another installment on the High Frequency Only channel, man. Alright, so for this video, y'all gonna have to bear with me, okay? Um, so the topic is gonna be enmeshed in a story, a real life situation that just happened to me a couple of days ago, okay? So bear with me. I'm gonna flush it out and then we'll get to the topic. You'll see where I'm going, okay? So, like I said, this was a real life situation that happened to me a couple of days ago. Actually, it's a former, or I shouldn't say former, it's a guy that I actually coach with, you know. And from time to time, we'll have very deep conversations. So we happen to just be talking about, and I have no idea how we actually got on the topic, black and white people. Okay. Now, so as this conversation was progressing, he goes into the notion of, well, black people, they will rob you, they'll kill you, they'll steal from you and take from you without any regard. And, you know, white people, they want to invest with you, they want to help you. And, you know, of course, you know, I have different opinions. And, you know, I was just letting them talk. And he was saying, like, even during slavery, it was black people killing each other. So it didn't start with white people. And so, let me pause right here and let you guys know who don't know what my background is. Okay. So I teach history, eighth grade history. Have been doing it for about 8 years now. Even before I became a history teacher, I've always been enmeshed in history. Love it. All right. So what he was speaking on, I was very versed in. Okay. So I was just letting them talk, right? And I was like, well, what you got to understand is, uh, race is an invention. It's a very modern term. Even the whole notion of black is modern. All right. And so he's still like, like, okay, you know, but that's your beliefs. And I was like, hold on 1 second. It's not beliefs, my brother. It's fact. See, and this is what I want to talk about. So he's not the only one that, as a black person, that actually have these thoughts of that black people are just have this innate drive to be negative, this innate feeling of doing wrong to other people. Okay. Now, mind you, we've had conversations like this in the past, and I definitely make sure that I want to enlighten them on some things. Some things that he can go Google and look up, if he like to. And that's why I said, I was like, well, these are facts that I'm talking about. I was like, I'll even put together a presentation and present it to you if you would like me to. Now, I was being, a little too much probably because, he probably could have took that in a very derogatory way. I don't think he did, but this is my whole problem. The issue was that as black people, the reason why we don't trust each other is because of this whole notion is that we always want to do harm to each other. The same notion that white people have instilled that narrative in us and other white people that we're just, these overbearing savages that want to do harm to everybody. Okay. And it's even more problematic when black people believe this. It goes back to the video I did a while back, double consciousness. Okay. So when you feel one way about yourself and then the outside group feel a way about you. All right. So he goes around with this thinking that black people just want to do harm to you. And him being a black male himself. Now, I imagine, and I think he actually even mentioned it, that he been through some traumatic situations. But at the end of the day, the fact is that people that live the closest to you are going to do harm to you. Okay? So, black people commit crime against black people, white people commit crime against white people. Those are the facts. But the problem is, a lot of people will get it into our mind that, oh, no, this is just a black issue, a black problem. No, it's not. Okay? That's the technology. That's the indoctrination that they got us believing that about ourselves. So it's hard for us to trust each other. It's hard for us to do business with each other because we literally feel like that the narrative out here that black people don't do good business, black people's always late, etc. That is the narrative. So when we keep feeding to the stereotypes, we keep feeding to the narrative, it doesn't go anywhere. It's hard for us to move on as a people when we believe this about ourselves. Some stereotypes are good, some are not. I think most work to our detriment. So when I was hearing this from my brother, I'm like, wow. I can only imagine how you look at other people. I can only imagine. So it was very disheartening, very much so. But part of it because he didn't know the history. He wasn't educated enough to be speaking on what he was speaking on. But part of my job and a lot of other job is to give the education. That is the reason why I started the High Frequency Only channel, so we can actually talk about things from a perspective, an educational perspective, without bashing people. We got enough channels out there, and we got enough people on social media that just want to bash people. My goal is not to bash people. My goal is to educate people. That's what we need more of. So in order to get back to trusting each other, to loving each other, to seeing each other as truly our brothers and sisters, we have to be educated. We have to understand who we are and where we come from. But that's part of it. When you thinking somebody outside of your community, particularly the white man, will help you more than your own brother or sister, therein lies a problem. Because he didn't bring up the fact or mention the fact that, well, white people was the one that put us in this situation. Now, should we be held accountable from the past and the present and the future? Yes, I'm all about accountability. But to totally disregard what white superiority has accomplished is mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling. So we need more education. We need more love. We need more trust. We have to be empathetic and sympathetic to our situations. Because if we're not, who will be? So I was totally disgusted, to be honest with you, hearing what I heard, and that's why I had to go on and do a video. It's like, man, but it's so many of us that believe this about ourselves, which in essence, what he not realizing, he think that about himself, his family. So it goes deeper. It goes so deep. All right. Because, and really what I was hearing self-hate. That's what I was hearing. But we fighting the mentality, man. That's what we fighting. And we got a long way to go. I know people are excited about Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday. it doesn't move me one way or another because I know the work that we got that lies ahead. Because while the shackles were removed, the shackles are still here. And having a conversation with my brother, it let me know that. All right. Hey man, that's your video for today, man. Hoping you gleaned some insight into the mind of Iceman Guru. Um, hopefully, and we're gonna continue the conversation, man, because it's a lot of work to be done, man. And hey, I just want to be a part of it, whatever work that needs to be done. All right. Hey, as always, I am you. You are me. Love always, love eternal. Subscribe, like, hit that bell, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. All right, we're gonna continue to give you that fire. All right, moving forward. Hey, we out. Peace.